Hello guys, Rachel here of Archaeologists. Today, we're gonna do the short unboxing and also reviewing the GameMax N80 BK case. Let's do the unboxing. Inside the box, you will find a small box that contains the fan hub remote controller, screws, stand-ups, cable ties, and SSD rubber pads. Lastly, the GameMax N80 BK case itself. Let's go through specifications and features. The GameMax N80 BK has dimensions of 439 by 240.5 by 530mm, with a weight of 10.85 kilograms. The GameMax N80 BK is a midi-tower split chamber panoramic case that will showcase your components inside. The tempered glass has 3.8mm thickness with black borders. This can be removed by sliding it out, as this is using a latching system. The case can occupy ATX to ITX motherboards, and also you can use BTF motherboards. For your CPU cooler, a maximum clearance of 175mm in height. For your GPU, a maximum of 415mm in length is allowable. The cables of this case don't have any rubber grommets, which will expose the extra cables at the back. At the rear, there is a pre-installed ARGB fan. You can install a single 120mm fan or a single 120mm radiator. At the top, you can install a maximum of 3 pieces of 120mm fans or a 360mm radiator. At the side, there are 2 pre-installed reverse fan blades ARGB fans. You can install 2 pieces of 120mm fans or a 240mm radiator. At the bottom, there are also 3 pre-installed reverse fan blades ARGB fans. You can only install up to 3 pieces of 120mm fans here. This case has 7 expansion slots. Each of the slots is modular. As this is a split chamber case, there are 2 compartments. The first compartment, where mostly the cables go, and the second compartment, where the drives and PSU can be installed. The back has a large and tiny holes or cutouts to improve the airflow. The compartment at the bottom can be removed by just pulling it out, as it is using a latching system. Inside, you will find a space for the power supply. You can install a standard ATX PSU here. There's also a drive cage here where you can install 2 hard disks. The drive cage though uses plastic to support your hard drives. For the top compartment, you need to untighten the 2 screws first and pull it up to remove it. It is still using a latching system. You will find a magnetic dust filter here that helps block dust from going inside the case. Also, you will find the cable cover which hides the unnecessary cables to make it look neat. There is a fan hub pre-installed at the back, which can control up to 10 fans. But it is using a proprietary header. The back has a 32mm depth for cable management. There are enough cable tie holes provided at the back, so you can secure your cable routes. Underneath the power supply compartment is a magnetic dust filter. You can also find a magnetic dust filter at the top of the case. At the bottom front side of the case are small cutouts for airflow purposes. For the side I/O, you will find the power button, the combo audio port, the USB 3.0 Gen 2 Type-C port, and the USB 3.0 Type-A port. Let's build a PC. Here are my final thoughts. The GameMax N80 isn't exactly a groundbreaking case. Plenty of brands are doing similar designs with just minor tweaks. But while it doesn't stand out in terms of uniqueness, it still holds its own, with solid build quality and a clean, appealing look. One thing I really like about this case is the side I/O ports. They are well placed and easy to access, which is always a plus. Another small but thoughtful touch is how the front panel cables are combined into a single header. It might not seem like a big deal, but it makes the build process smoother since you don't have to fumble with multiple tiny connectors. The cable cover at the back is another nice addition, helping to keep everything neat and tidy without much effort. As for cooling, it performs just about how I expected. It's not bad, but it's not particularly impressive either. The airflow does its job. You will find it loud when the fans are running at full speed since there's nothing to contain the noise. Speaking of fans, I have a mixed feelings about the fan hub. While it's nice to have, the proprietary header is a bit of a letdown. If you ever want to swap out the stock fans, you need to remove the hub entirely, which is a bit of an inconvenience. That said, I do appreciate the use of reverse fan blades. It's a small detail, but it makes the difference since you're looking at the front of the fan, rather than the less attractive backside. One issue that stood out to me is the case sizing. While it technically supports ATX motherboards, the internal layout makes it feel more like a micro ATX case. There's just not enough space at the bottom to properly route cables, which reminds me of my experience with the Ossipus IOTA C70. If you are building an ATX setup, this could be a bit of a challenge. Overall, the GameMax N80 is a decent case that does what it needs to do. It doesn't have any groundbreaking features, but it gets the job done. If you're after a good-looking case with solid build quality and some handy little features, this is worth considering. Just be mindful of its quirks, especially if you're planning an ATX build or want to swap out the fans down the line. You can buy the GameMax N80 BK for around $119.98 or 6,990 pesos at your nearest GameMax affiliated online and physical stores. I hope this video is informational for you. For more videos, click on the subscribe button and follow my Facebook page. And see you in the next video.